asked who did this to who or whatever. I mean, that's useless. That's never going to get anywhere. All you do is look forward to the future, which I think you're taking a step to look for the future. So that's my take on it all the way down to even messing with looking into other counties that's had the same problems. I think that's pretty wise.
Very seldom do we encounter a problem that has not been encountered someplace else already. And as long as the whole body, every elected official can understand that once we get an unbiased legal opinion and we adopt that and sign off on it, all of the, you know, disagree with it or agree with it, you know, we're just going to have to say, that's the way it is. And once we refine that document, you know, we knew it wasn't perfect, and we're, right now, I'm being reminded about every night when I lay down and look at the ceiling how imperfect my document is. So, as far as the timetable, you know, it gets the typical brand as fast as possible. You know, I have a pretty full slate this week, but free time I do have will be devoted to this issue because this is the one that's on the top of the heap. Jim, do you have anything to add?
No, just wait till we get the policy established.
But I guess as a commission, we have to agree that I'm going to have to enlist the services of an outside attorney to do something like this. And who that outside attorney is, I mean, our choices are, you know, numerous. I mean, I personally think old Ivan from the MAC thing would be the best place to start. I know his performance in the past has left a bad taste in some people's mouths, but you know, he was defending the case he was given. So I don't know. That's something you guys are going to have to tell me what you're comfortable with.
He was. I was speaking with one of the commissioners from Pettis County, and he said that they use Ivan. I think he told me like they have to pay like $1,000 retainer just to kind of keep him to where they can pick up the phone and call him and ask him simple questions. And he can
Right, that's through MAC, and that's something we need to consider. I think it's $1,000 or $1,200 a year
I think
for the privilege of
Well,
calling
plus.
us. Right.
yeah.
Plus using him to cost Stu. I mean, kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah, and it actually requires a lot of his time he's going to go probably his hourly.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But I think Ivan is the logical place to start. I mean, do you guys have any objection to me, as long as I don't break the bank? Us not having to pay the legal fees anymore for the one lawsuit that Joel Brett is handling frees up. I mean, we have money in the budget for something like this. We just have to, I mean, as a group agree that if I go and get advice from Ivan Schrader, is he our unbiased third party that we can be comfortable with?
Well, he has a background in these areas that we're talking about, the experience. So
I mean, I think
that would be a logical choice.
I think the point about Ivan that we all need to realize, in the lawsuit with the sheriff, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the lawsuit was filed before he was brought in, or the idea that you could file a lawsuit. So the role he played was, had someone been accused of murder and he came in to defend them knowing they were guilty, but he still was obligated to defend them. He was brought in to try to prove that John's original opinion was right. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, but his opinion.
He stated it was.
Right, and he agreed with it.
Yeah, before we ever got very far with it all. But, I mean, I guess that's.
Yeah, he was wrong. You know, the judge trumped him. But I mean, we can start down that avenue and see where we get.
I said a while ago that this brought this out in the light and we need to have a meeting. Dan brought that up, we need to have a meeting. Or we passed having a simple meeting and just all discussing it and trying to come up with a solution without paying a lawyer like that? Or, I mean, has this got to the point where we have to do that? Is everybody going to?
I think we have to have legal
Well,
clarification, because
I understand
I can
that.
give everybody in this room the same statute, and we're not going to agree as to what it means.
And it, you know.
Well, I
and
understand
it-
that, we're not going to once Ivan does that either,
In this
probably.
particular instance, because specifically in this case, we were dealing with the prosecuting attorney's accounts and funds, for her to be interpreting what she can or can't do in relation to those funds, I think is a little bit of a conflict of interest. You know, not that I have any disrespect for her legal opinion or her, you know, I understand, you know, she's gone through the schooling, she's passed Missouri law, she, you know.
Right.
But in this case, because I believe it could be a conflict of interest, I don't think that she is non-biased legal counsel in this case.
Right. Unfortunately, the particular fund, I think, that was the bone of contention, she did consult with Ivan, and Ivan said, yeah, you're spot on with that. And then he proceeded to tell us a whole bunch of other stuff. But making Ivan the primary author of the document, you know, if for no other reason than just the prosecuting attorney was, but the stuff, as far as Leah goes, we're paying a portion of her budget to have her as the county attorney on matters such as general revenue and things like that. We can't afford to have Ivan opine on too much of that.
So I guess you just answered my question, and so did you. This is beyond us just sitting down and having a meeting, trying to all get along, have a kumbaya moment, as you said. I mean, we're gonna have to get some teeth behind what we're doing. Is that what you're, I mean, is that, that's, I mean, if that's how it is, that's how it is.
Unfortunately,
I
I
mean,
think
apparently
so.
it's went too far already to,
Yeah.
Right,
that was my point.
Ivan's the best alternative, I think, because the next alternative is a judge. And from a PR standpoint, as the, I'm not in charge of this county, but I'm the face of this county. If something goes wrong, it comes back to the commission, the presiding commissioner. And as presiding commissioner, whatever role that is, I'm tired of seeing this county get drugged through the mud in the media. And if this cannot be resolved through Ivan, then it goes to the judge. And then it's out of my hands, your hands, everybody's hands. And that'd be expensive, and it'd be detrimental to the reputation of this county.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Who do we have up next? Jerry's coming at 10. I'm going to take a brief recess.